What's up, everyone? Today I want to talk about confidence and why I find it really annoying when people's advice to others is to just be confident. My goal for this video is not to teach people to carry a false sense of confidence, but to find a way to learn how to develop consistent and lasting confidence. I get so annoyed when I hear people advise others to just be confident or tell them that they need to have more self-confidence. Or my personal favorite is to just believe in yourself. It's the most ridiculous thing ever to tell someone who is uncertain or nervous to just be confident and then offer no real tangible solution as to what they should do or how they can actually become more confident. When people say just be confident, they act as if someone can think positive thoughts and then say to themselves, I can do it. And then they'll be able to just take on any situation that they want to. So first thing is, what is confidence? Well, technically it is, by dictionary definition, the feeling or belief that someone can rely on someone or something, or it's the state of feeling certain about the truth of something. So yeah, in essence, it is believing in yourself, but again, how do you do that? It's such lazy advice that people treat the whole just be confident as the perfect solution to all of life's problems. The issue with that is it requires no reflection, self-analysis, or improvement. It also says that confidence is tied to things like a person's personality and not experience. The thing is, anyone can learn to say the right things or turn on the charm when needed, but that isn't true confidence. It's an illusion. It's a lie. Again, it's telling someone to basically go stand in front of their bathroom mirror and then repeat over and over again, I'm confident, I'm the man, I'm special, whatever. But if you haven't put the work in, if they haven't put the work in, you've basically told them to just go lie to themselves repeatedly. It's kind of that whole telling somebody to fake it until they make it. So the thing is, unless you're a pathological liar or a sociopath, if you do things like that, people are going to know you're a fraud if that's your approach. Like, who do you think is the one that is truly confident and going to be more successful in the long run? The person who says to themselves, okay, I'm confident because I have a lot to offer, and if they don't accept me for who I am, that's their problem. Or the person who says, okay, I'm not getting what I want. What am I doing wrong? I really need to sit down and think about why this keeps happening to me. Why do I keep getting rejected? Maybe I need to dress better. Maybe I need to learn to speak better. Maybe I need to learn how to present myself more professionally. So they go out, they make improvements, they update their wardrobe, they start talking to a lot of different people to improve their communication skills. They actually sit down and write out past experiences, and then they think about patterns that have caused them to fail. They make adjustments as needed, and then they try new things to see what gets them the best results. So again, which person is going to be more confident in the long run? Well, the person A, the person who just says, I'm going to be myself, or person B, the one that actually put in the work to self-improve. Well, obviously, person B. So if that's the case, why is the whole just be confident such popular advice people like to give? I think it's because we've gotten to the point in society where, in the society of participation trophies, where everyone is perfect as they are, kind of belief is kind of prevalent, that you're not able to just show up and succeed. If you're not able to just show up and succeed, that's somehow a form of hatred against you. It's never your fault. It's society's fault for not accepting you, is kind of what you're told. This is really dangerous thinking, because there's nothing worse for someone to be told that they're good enough, that they're perfect as they are, and then they repeatedly get rejected. What do you think that's going to do for their confidence? How are they ever going to gain real confidence if that's what happens to them? I equate the whole just be confident to people telling others to just be yourself when people give them dating advice. Again, it's just lazy. Just be yourself, again, is saying to someone, you're fine as you are. You don't need to make changes. But tell me again, how does that help anyone? So if you actually want to know how to gain confidence and actually have some sense of value in what you have to offer that isn't built on an illusion or a fleeting emotion, you need to start doing 3 things: reflecting, failing, and improving. Period. There's no magic to this at all. This isn't rocket science. Now, you might say, but there's people that seem like they're confident in all situations, or there's people that seem like they're confident in new experiences, and I just don't have that. I don't really have that in me. That's not how I am. Well, the thing is, some people are born with natural talents. That's definitely true. Some people are naturally charismatic. Some people seem like they thrive better under pressure than others. But the truth is, no one just walks into every uncharted situation and knows they're going to dominate. Appearances can be deceiving. And again, confidence isn't about having an expected outcome of success. It's having the same approach regardless of if you're going to succeed or not. Again, these people may seem like they've got the world by the balls, but inside they may be a nervous wreck. Or they've learned to take things that they've done in the past and use those experiences to help them approach the new situation. That's where you're trying to be. Believe it or not, when you're talking about reflecting, there's good ways to reflect and bad ways to reflect. Personally, I used to reflect a lot, but I was going about it, I was approaching it in the wrong way. See, when I was reflecting on past experiences, I would think about what I did wrong and wish I would have did it differently. I'd have regrets that I would dwell on, and I would beat myself up over my failures. Again, that's not teaching yourself confidence. The right way to think, the right way to reflect is to think about what went wrong and what you would do differently in the future, and then what you would do if you approach that situation again. And then you move on. You reflect, and then you move on to the next thing. There's no dwelling on what should happen. But unfortunately, a reflective person can sometimes be the defeatist type. When you're reflecting, you should be looking for patterns and asking yourself questions like, why do I always find myself in this situation? Why do I always freeze up when I'm in interviews? Why do I always stammer when I feel challenged? Why do I get nervous every time I meet someone attractive? Start to think of it of triggers and glitches in your programming that cause you to kind of shut down. Once you start to identify those, you can start to look for reasons why you do the things that you do. Just like if you're playing baseball and you keep striking out. What do? You do more batting practice. You analyze film. You watch the pitcher to see what they do. You see how they deliver. You look at why they had advantages over you. You do drills to work on your timing. You make adjustments to your stance and your swing. You go against some easier pitchers to get back into your rhythm. The coach doesn't just come up to you and say, okay, you've struck out your last 9 out of 10 bats. Just be confident. You gain confidence from putting the work in and relying on your past experience. Then, when you step up to the plate against that ace, you're going to know that you put in the work, and because you prepared what he's going to do. You can anticipate what's going to happen. But again, only because you've spent a ton of time preparing. Your confidence comes from putting in the work. So it's the same thing with approaching a new job or dating or whatever. You want that interview? Don't just show up and be confident. Even if it's a job in a field you've got a lot of experience in, you need to learn about that job, the organization, how it operates, the culture, studying the industry, whatever you can. You need to learn what the job is and reflect on your own experience and see if you have experience doing similar things that you can bring up in that interview or put on your resume. Then, when you walk into that interview, you're going to know how to answer questions and not just have the right thing to say. If you were to go on, if you go on a date and you just be yourself, well, what if you normally wear sweatpants, aren't particularly good at carrying a conversation, aren't exactly charismatic, and just you're generally not a positive person? How is that date going to go? Should you be surprised when the other person ghosts you or thanks you for a nice night and tells you, well, you seem great, but I just wasn't feeling it. I'm just not interested. Confidence isn't about just believing in yourself and knowing an outcome. It's about it's also about it's about not being results. It's not about being results oriented. It's also about understanding your potential. When you put in work consistently, you'll start to see how much potential you actually have. You'll start to be able to see your value over the long term. You'll stop settling for things that other people do, because you're going to know your actual potential. You're going to avoid putting yourself into situations that aren't going to work out in your favor. When you have experience, you will naturally start to gain options. You're going to seek out more opportunities. So again, failures aren't going to be a big deal, because you know there's going to be other opportunities for you down the road. Another thing to keep in mind is no one is confident in everything they do. I mean, that's another thing when people say just be confident, as if, you can just be confident in every single situation. Some people have mastered the art of knowing themselves and have a sense of charisma, and they can kind of portray this aura of confidence, but no one can step into every situation and just be like the alpha, take charge, and show everyone what's up. Like, let's look at Michael Jordan. On a basketball court, he was dominant, unstoppable. He knew it, and everyone else knew it. But you put him on a baseball field where he played in the minor leagues, and he looked like he had no idea what was going on. All that confidence in the world of basketball didn't do him a damn bit of good on the sandlot. Even I bet you if he wasn't named Michael Jordan, he wouldn't even have made the team if he tried out. So what happened? Well, he didn't have the skills necessarily to be dominant in baseball. He didn't put in the work like he did in basketball to be dominant. So again, he could have walked up to the plate with this calm alpha demeanor, but inside, my guess is he was wondering if he was going to strike out every single time it was his turn to bat. So a more realistic example is think about you're in the office and there's a medical emergency. In jobs I've had, I've seen upper level management, people who are rock solid confident look like scared sheep when they saw someone go through a medical issue. Where was this person who could stand in front of a board of directors and confidently give presentations about the future of the branch? Well, again, being able to do that doesn't mean you have the skills to be able to manage your emotions when somebody's having a heart attack right in front of you. They didn't have the experience to handle it well. In other cases, some managers were calm, but they knew to stay out of the way and let the staff who were trained to deal with it handle that situation. They didn't just jump in and handle it because they're confident. They knew the limits of their skills, and they knew to defer to people who were trained to deal with that. So here's the lesson. If you want to be confident and not feel like a total fraud, you need to put in the work. There's really no other way to it. You need to have as many experiences as you can. A batter doesn't just get out of a slump by not batting. Being yourself, getting lucky, telling yourself you're confident is only going to get you so far. Eventually, when the rubber meets the road, you're going to have to show what you're really made of. So the question is what truth do you want people to see? So to wrap this video up, put in the work. That's the only way you're going to become confident. You have to be able to have some uncomfortable conversations with yourself as you look at what you need to improve. But if you don't, you're never really going to get to where you want to be. So don't just be yourself. You need to be better every single day.